Welcome to the Final Year Project, a limited series podcast featuring real conversations of the graduating class of MSc2 Architecture OAU, recorded as we count down to the end of our final year. Today is 7th November 2025, and this is first semester of Masters 2 in Ashii OAU. My name is Afolabi Maika, and I'll be the host during the show. And my producer is here in the studio with me, albeit reluctantly. You realize that it's not reluctantly.
It's not reluctantly.
Okay, Mr. Producer, introduce yourself.
My name is Julius, Ashii. Everybody knows me everybody calls me Julius. Some people call me Uncle Julius, other people call me Jules. Whatever I choose, I'm fine with it. I want to introduce myself again, but Bolu already said I'm the producer for this show. But I'm also an MSc2 student of the Department of Architecture. So
let me describe what this show would be about and what each episode would be like. This show is supposed to be a time capsule or a series of diary sessions. Okay, let me say time capsule-ish, diary-ish type of show where I'll be having conversations with each of our classmates, and it will be a countdown till we graduate. And what inspired this show was that the master's program has been different in a way that everybody is more mature now, and I've been able to have conversations with people that I did not speak to generally in BSc. Or did you have that experience? Are there people that in masters you started talking to that you necessarily did not speak with in BSc?
I can't really think of a lot of people like that, because most of the people who I really connected with, or I am really close with right now, people who I sort of already knew and have had
Well, it's different for me. Like a lot of people that I speak with now, or that I've had really interesting conversations with now, I did not out of spite or I don't like this person. It just never happened to have conversations with those people.
Yeah.
And because of how our final year BSc ended, I just thought it would be nice for our class to have something to share, like a record of us talking to each other, record of our friendships. There are some people that would be on the podcast where would have groups of people at a time, and there will be an actual record of the banter, the jokes, and some people's idiocy, some people's everything is just so that we can have a record.
That's necessary to capture also.
And also for people that want to do architecture, if they want to find a school, and a lot of people would have this image of OAU and Ashii in OAU, so it will give them a guide of what to expect. If we talk about our own experiences, it will help guide them, and it may even give us time to reflect and process some of our trauma. There are some grades I got that I have to rant about.
That's fair. I've had some crazy experiences.
So this will just be a great outlet for that. And also it should be a way to leave a message for our future selves. So the show would be like this. I would introduce the guest, then ask them why they picked architecture, their experiences in the department, and then I'll ask for a hot take that they have for the industry. And then
does it have to be for the industry?
For anything, any general hot take. And also they must give a confession that they would otherwise not give about somebody or something in our sets.
How scandalous.
From a scale of 1 to 10, it should be 100.
Oh dear.
No,
So,
I
like,
want to hear that person that they hate, that person
that's crazy.
that
Like,
they really liked
how would
but
you?
could not mention, or that beef that they wanted to escalate but did not escalate.
Right.
Yes, I want to hear everything
Why would?
on this podcast.
Why would you think that I would say that on a podcast?
No, you can't now. Like, the person may not be there.
I understand now, but it's like, it's if it's that serious to me and I can't talk to the person about the person.
That's
like,
you
what
now. That's you. You will see. Some people may have confessions.
Alright.
It's optional, Sha.
Yeah.
So, and also it doesn't have to be a scandalous confession. It can be a compliment, like, oh, this person that I've admired since, I don't know, part 2. I just want to think you're doing great, keep it up, blah blah blah. So just
Right.
any general confession.
Okay.
And then after that, I would ask them to leave a message for a future Aki students. And then I'll ask them to leave a message for their future self, listening back to the pod.
Yeah.
So how's that to you? Because when I first brought this podcast idea to you, I remember that you were not very interested in it. I had to beg you. See, even the way you're doing your face now,
That's not
you are
true.
just
That's not
so
true, and you
like
know
a
it.
dice to calabat, like, alright.
Because I cannot believe what you are
Okay.
saying. I can't
As
believe
well-
what.
We can't believe us.
I told you we had to fit it around the schedule that I'll be busy. I never said, oh no. I said this is a wonderful idea and I think we should absolutely do it. But we'd have to plan it and fit it around the schedule. That is what I said.
With your nonchalant way that you said, alright, that sounds great.
But it's
And I
not
had
as
to
great
like-
now.
I was like, oh God. Anyway, at least I'm happy that you are the first episode. I'll get some information out of you.
We'll see.
Okay. If you will still Java. Let's watch and see.
We'll see.
Okay. Let me ask why did you pick Aki and why did you pick OAU?
Let me start with OAU. First of all, I was catfished into picking OAU. But
Catfish stars,
I
how
was
now?
catfished by OAU. Well, I'm happy that I fell for it.
Okay, you mean catfish stars and they presented themselves to
In
be
the
what they
years.
were not. Oh, okay, right.
Yes.
That's everybody, but okay.
Yeah. But
That's
honestly,
good.
I'm happy that I fell for it. I'm very happy I fell for it. Because, I mean, what's the alternative? I can't think of myself like going to uni anywhere else in Nigeria and it's not OAU. I think maybe Unilag, but not a fan of Lagos generally, so it's like, nah, I'm sure that
I
will not
think
be a good idea.
Unilag is great for Akisha.
Yeah.
I think Futo too, but is it Futo or Futa? I don't know. There's one other.
Both, I think, both are pretty alright.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So for OAU, I was catfished. I saw images online. I saw these guys have pristine digital footprints.
Yes, the alumni from OAU alone is crazy.
OAU has beautiful, like, clean digital footprints, and I was like, this doesn't look like a bad place to be. But like, mostly it was the sports thing, because I'm really into basketball, right? So what really sold me was like after seeing the security, seeing how
and
highly
the sports
rated.
program.
Yes, I seen like it's a well respected. Oh, I don't know if I would say was a well respected sports institute. I mean, we missed Noga this year, so I don't know how well respected.
Yeah, I think
it
it's
is anymore.
deteriorating now because at one point it was a really
Yeah.
big deal.
Yes, it was. So I saw like images. Every single hostel had like a half court. They had sports like standard sports facility. They hosted Nuga. Everything was open. I was like, okay, this is somewhere I can get behind. Like it checks all of the boxes for me with architecture and all. So that's why I picked OAU. And I can't say I regret the decision. I absolutely loved it. It was an experience. I had a mixture of like different kinds of experiences here, like, but that's life generally. Like those things happen. Nobody can really predict that. Well, for architecture, it was not my first choice growing up, but it was a decision I made sometime in like secondary school. After a grounding conversation I had with Mr. Ifeanyi, who was like my physics teacher then, and really what I wanted to do in my life was I wanted to focus on like research and like full on research. I wanted to be like Tony Stark and all the other invented guys on
So
TV. Exactly, just researching things and
Einstein.
exactly coming up with new laws and yes. One of my life goals there was to have a law named after me, like Undi's law or something. But I
You can still do something about that.
all right, now we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I had a conversation with him, and he sort of really brought a lot of things into perspective for me. And he said it would be great to find another passion that still had a lot of these things that I was passionate about, but also allowed me to give me options essentially when it came to life. So my options there were three things. One, architecture, because one, I was I was pretty alright at technical drawing in school. I liked drawing generally. Technical drawing, I was just alright. Um, computer, either computer science or engineering, one of the two, but mostly computer science. Um, and or electrical engineering. So, but electrical engineering was like the bottom of the list because as much as I consider myself handy, not the biggest fan.
But that's like the most accurate combination of math and physics.
Yes, it is.
You still wanted something creative.
Yeah, I think yes. I think that was what it was. I leaned more creative. I was like, if I'm going to not do this one thing that I actually really want to do, I think I'd rather go more creative because I think I've always sort of leaned into that creative field. I've been drawing since I was like I can't remember how long. I've been writing since secondary school. Like I was writing poems and everything and all. And what else? I was doing a lot. So I was really interested in music. Did not really get an opportunity to learn an instrument when I wanted to. But I'm currently learning one by the way. So it's like we're still going to do it. Yeah. So it was like I had always leaned creatively. So architecture was just a no-brainer for me. It seemed like the perfect blend of creativity and like technical ability for somebody who had interest in these things. So I picked architecture. And I remember this one essay we wrote in like SS1 about what you wanted to do in your life or something. And my English teacher was so impressed.
Oh my god.
After I went online and I was reading about these things, and like I wrote down, it seemed like I really understood what I was going into. I didn't have any clue what architecture was really about. I don't think anybody really understands fully when you come into architecture school. I think you have an idea of what you want to do. But when you come in, you realize maybe it's not exactly what I thought it was.
Well, I think it's different for me because I knew exactly
What it was.
what was going to happen.
Right.
Oh, did you know my father is an architect?
I did not know that.
I've not told you that my
No,
dad
you
is an
haven't.
architect.
That is crazy. I did not know
What?
that.
Are you serious?
Yes. That has never come up in conversation.
Well,
Well, your dad is an architect, right?
yes.
Perfect time
so-
to break the news.
So I knew everything that would happen.
Right.
Evil lecturers, juries.
Did he go to OAU too?
No, not OAU. He went to Polytechnic,
Okay.
and he wrote like he had no clue what
Okay.
architecture was
Was going
going
in.
to be like, even the professional field. So when you say someone wrote their entire career,
Yeah.
now he thought a Polytechnic degree would be enough. So he got that. Then he saw that the way the credentials of a uni graduate outpassed a poly graduate. But because of his experience in the firm that he worked, and he had a boss that really liked him, he was able to pull a few strings to write the professional exam. He had to travel to Abuja by himself. He did not even know anybody there. He just went through the exam. I don't. Did he study for it? Anytime he describes what happened, I'm just always like, how did you even do all that? He said he just traveled to Abuja, read the exam. He had to get his boss to sign a letter for him. I think a reference letter or something. Then
Yeah.
that's how he got chartered on, and I was able to practice. So I don't know. I grew up with drawings all around the house. Like I knew, it's not like I like as evident as it has been
Yeah.
throughout my BSc year. It's not like I know everything in the field. I was not even really interested in it, to be fair, but I knew it, and I think that was why it was a safe choice for me. Because it's
You're
like
familiar.
the devil you know is better than better than the angel you don't know. I want to be an animator. But there's nothing like animation in Nigeria as at when I was done in secondary school.
Yeah.
It was either I go abroad or just settle for something here.
Yeah.
So when they asked what do I want to do, like, do you know my school did not even have technical drawing at the senior level?
That's crazy.
Like, it's just the choices were just limited, and the school I went to was not the best of the best, so to say. So I had to tell the head of the school that I need a technical drawing teacher, because I just decided, okay, how about Aki then? And it was just a mere choice. It was not I did not put much thought into it. I would rather do this than anything else. Somebody mentioned computer science, and I was like, I don't think I want to do computer science. I remember doing computer in secondary school, and I was saying garbage in, garbage out, ram, bit bytes.
Yeah.
I genuinely was not interested.
Yeah.
They said medicine. Ugh, I don't care about people like that. I don't. If it's pharmacy too, I don't lie. It was just too technical for me. Like, I know my limits. It's
Yeah.
not something I can do.
Yeah.
Which other field? Which other cliche field do people throw at you?
Law.
Okay, I did science.
Oh, okay.
I can't do law.
Right. see.
Maybe tech, engineering. I was like, nah, I'm not doing engineering.
Yeah.
So architecture just felt, okay, I know this a little.
Yeah.
I can survive through it. And true, I survived. But I just said, let me do that one. So that was it.
That's interesting. I did not know that. I absolutely had no idea that was how
I
you.
feel like I've mentioned it to
No,
you,
you have
but
not.
you have a terrible memory.
That's not true.
Oh, well, I'm projecting because it's me that has a terrible memory. But anyway,
Thank you for acknowledging that.
but well, at least that's one of the advantages of this conversation. We will discover things.
Right. That was pretty much how I landed. I landed here, studying architecture.
So how has the experience been so far in the department, and with what you experienced in the course?
Eye-opening, I think, is the best way to describe it. For the department, it's been it's been a very interesting blend of emotions, like what things I've been through in that place. So from like part one me was, I would say, uninterested, in a way, uninterested, not fully uninterested, but not really. Like, I did not have a clear understanding of everything that was going on around me. It's like everything was still pretty new to me. The things I was familiar with, math, physics, and what, that was pretty much like the things I was familiar with and comfortable with. I'd read a bit about like a couple of the other courses we did in part one, like URP, psychology.
Oh, you even did your research before you started part one?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, well, I felt like I was alright till like my first semester results came out.
Wait, which result did you see first? It was physics first.
Yes,
now.
it was physics. And physics broke my heart.
I
Because it
just
was like
I thought you were one of the few people that had good
grades in physics. My physics for first semester was bad. It wasn't good at all. It absolutely
Maybe
crashed.
it was terrible for you. What we learned as it was my
Yeah,
own.
it was terrible for me. It was absolutely terrible for me.
Same.
It was bad for a lot of people. And when I realized something happened later.
Physics 101, White
Yes.
House. Yeah.
So something happened later in my like part 3 that made me realize that knowledge is everything, especially in OAU. Like, if you don't know, like, you don't know any better.
Oh, you found out you could have complained,
Yes.
right? Yes.
Yes. I found out that I could have gone to protest this result and something would have been done about it. But at first, I just sat there and I was like, at this point, what do I do? Like, I actually felt really pissed, but I let it go, sha, cause like,
Me, the only reason I let it go was because I had received advice from so many people to not have anything to do with lecturers regarding grades. Like, don't go and meet them after. As long as you don't fail, don't stir up any trouble, nothing, nothing.
right, I
So
heard
that's
that.
why I did not
Yeah.
even attempt. I just said, okay, it's not an F, right? Okay. And I did not go.
More.
But when you say something drags your
Yeah,
CGPA down,
yeah,
like,
yes.
physics.
And the crazy thing about that for me is I had that mindset at first. But when something happened in part 3, that when I saw the result, I just started laughing like, this cannot be my result. And I went to meet the lecturer and the man was shouting at me. I'm not going to mention his name. I'll tell you off. he was shouting at me for like 20 minutes saying, this is what we do, students are not serious and we come here to complain and this and this and this. And it was not like I failed though, but I was just like, this cannot be my result, bro. Let's be honest. And he now said, okay. After shouting at me for 20 minutes, I just stood there. I was like, when you're done, we'll get to it. He now said, okay, those are the scripts. Go through your script and let me see if there are any discrepancies in it. And lo and behold, I picked up my script. The very first page, or like no, even on the answer sheet itself, if I opened it, the score on the answer sheet was not what was on my.
Butter.
Yes. So there was a mistake, and he had minus like, I lost at least 10 marks from what was there.
From the error.
Yeah, and he was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, that was my mistake. And I was like, it's fine, we're all humans, but please fix it. It's like, these things happen, I understand, but please, like, this is my life on the line here. It's like, we're all, I know everybody makes mistakes, but please, not here. You get? And fun fact, it took me like 6 months before that thing was eventually resolved. But that's a story for another day. But generally, in the department, I think it's not utopia. It's not a perfect place. But I've come to understand now from like my experience now that they have a system that works. Even though the people running the system may not be the best, it was built on a system that was absolutely well thought out. And it has produced a lot of really wonderful people. Like, everywhere that I have met an OAU alumnus, especially in the architecture field, they are usually people,
very disciplined.
Yes, there are people who you can, there's something about them.
And you can rely on.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes.
Yeah, I also experienced that too
Yes.
when we did CS.
Yeah. So it's like, there's something about the system there. People running the system, they make their mistakes.
And
we
funny,
have
do you know we still have one of the best systems in the entire school?
Yes.
Even with all our complaints,
yes.
we still have one of the most principled departments in the entire
We don't have any
school.
of the silly situations that we hear in other departments. Like, our lecturers are disciplined, people do their work, people act like, I think a lot of things in department, that the issues that you face in department that might be issues for you are things that if you know better you can avoid.
Yes.
You understand? So if you don't know any better, you can fall into some of those situations. But if you know better, you can avoid them, and you can get through that place with a wonderful experience generally. So as much as like there's a bit of, I don't call it bitterness, but there's a bit of sadness for the experiences I had, because it was difficult, I can't lie. But overall I appreciate it. I appreciate the system, because I can actually see what it did for me. Like, work ethic, my work ethic, I like to say discipline.
And you learn how to handle stress.
Yeah.
That's something that I definitely did for me.
Same, yeah. I learned how to handle stress, I learned how to handle pressure, I learned how to work within a deadline. These are all very...
And to defend something with your life.
Yeah. Yeah. These are all things that are very important skills for architects, I think. And like, I think often enough in trying to communicate these skills, a lot of architecture schools do it wrong, and they end up, as I have like a lot of moments where you see like viral videos of architects, lecturers destroying students' models or shitting on people's drawings. And like, I'm not saying it didn't happen in OAU, but I don't think anybody's models were destroyed. I don't think so.
Even like tearing drawings.
Yes, that did not happen.
It's not as dramatic
Yes.
as depraved as that. It's more.
Yes.
They,
They are more.
it's more psychological torture.
Yes. It's more cerebral. It's like they look at your work and they ask you questions that you probably never thought things you never thought about when you were designing. A lot of the time these questions are they can be annoying, but like I think over time you start to really understand architecture as a problem solving
you look
profession.
For the errors yourself before they even point it out.
So like another thing is you don't marry any idea too closely. Like, do you understand? You're not very precious with how ideas are. You're able to think up something, develop it, and still let it go. If it's not working, like that's another thing that I learned. It's like you cannot be too precious with anything. It's like the goal is to solve a problem, and often enough when you are doing that, you are creating another problem. So you have to find a solution that has a minimal amount of problems, right? And solves the major problems. If you can do that, I think you've accomplished good design, or at least that is what I have learned being in this space, sha. Or generally, I think it has been alright. I can complain, and I will complain, but I still think OAU is still one of the best to do it, especially from like my experiences with architecture students, of some people from my class too in other schools, and I look at the difference in skill sets, the difference in exposure to just things in
and
the field.
even the one that stands out for me, the
Yeah.
ability to accept criticism.
Yes.
I find that a lot of other schools, they struggle with that so badly. Like you can't make a suggestion, you can't point out an error, you can't. It's very it's a no-go area for a lot of people.
I think it's that thing about like not marrying an idea. It's like not you detach. Even though architectural school in OAU, like it does it in the most in the most painful way, but you learn to detach. Like you are not your design. Like you're not designing it for yourself. You learn to detach. Like it's something that was reinforced in me even in this first year of masters. Like
Masters was another level.
Yes,
Jesus. Okay,
yes.
let me not talk to me.
We have how many people? We have 36 more episodes. Or at least I mean who knows? Who knows?
Even this MSc2 that we are in, I'm just like, bruh, please just take it easy on me this year because that last year was not funny.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, we got through it. And the funny thing is, another thing that I have seen in architecture school in OAU is the higher you go, the more difficult it is. But the easier it becomes for you. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Okay, I
like
feel like you design faster.
Yes, you're more efficient.
But juries are harder.
Yes.
In a way that it's not harder technically, it's harder, what's the word?
Intellectually?
And you are also like facing real world problems.
Yes.
Like this, remember when they asked us to design IDP camps?
Yes.
And a lot of the briefs were, location based. You have to put real people into context, and it is not just idealistic from part 1 to 4 where it's just like, okay, imagine this site, design this thing. This one they will put it in real places that you can find on Google Maps, and you have to study the people that would use it, and if you fail to design for a particular demographic, they would destroy you on that fact. And then when you are designing the next project, you would remember that. But also, even though you are considering all those people, you still cannot compromise on your own touch on the building.
Yes, you can't. And then also, there's the technical aspect. I think that's another thing that OAU really does well. It's like your understanding of construction, you have to, if you are designing it, you have to know how it will work. You have to know how it will be built. You may not have a clear understanding. You're not a structural engineer or how all of the loads are going to be resolved and all of that, but you have to understand the principles behind it. If you are going to say, oh, I'm designing this kind of structure, I'm doing this cantilever, I'm doing this, better have some sort of case study to defend that
Yes.
thing. Better have an existing building that functions properly and is relevant to this context.
And even though it's not existing, you must be able to defend it
Yes,
with
yes,
real
yes.
proof.
Yes. So like my experience in this place has, honestly, these things I'm just saying that that sound like common and general are things that I learned, I picked up over a painful amount of time through a painful process. Well, I appreciate the departments and all it has done for me generally. So that's how I feel about the department. It's all love and kumbaya over here.
Oh, please. Okay, that will now lead to my next question.
Alright.
What's your funniest experience?
Funniest.
Like, just find one experience that was the funniest thing that happened to you in the department. Or like in the course.
Funniest experience.
Funniest.
Oh, okay. Okay. Funniest experience that happened to me in the department.
Maybe during jury, during registration, during...
Nothing significant happened to you in registration. I had a couple of funny
maybe
juries.
with... Okay, funniest jury experience.
So
Maybe I should put it like that.
So I had this jury in part 3 for a project. I don't know if I'll call this one funny because it was funny too. I'm unraveling trauma here, and it was we had a design. I can't remember what it was for exactly, but like everybody else adopted a certain way of designing that particular project, and I think it was just 2 of us who did something different. Like we used a different approach for that project, and the second person who did the similar
Which
approach.
brief was it? Was it the church or the diagnostic center?
I think it was the diagnostic center, and this project was alright. And this other person who picked this similar style of design, it was a sloped site. So there's a way I integrated my own building that was a little different than how most people were doing it. And this person used a similar style as mine. And this person came to meet me when they were like ideating and told me what they were trying to do. And somebody had told them that I was doing the same thing. So I pretty much really helped this person make sense of everything that they were going to do. I helped them relate like their plan to the site and how the levels are going to match with each other and everything, and how everything will relate to each other. Essentially based on my own design, my own personal research now. And it was nice. I was being nice to somebody and I felt good about myself.
Oh,
now, during day comes.
Wait, they treated your work differently from his, even though it was the same?
Essentially. And the worst part is, the jury was... They didn't let me even go to the second page where I was explaining a lot of the questions that they had on the first page. On the first sheet I pasted up, I was frustrated. I was like 5 seconds away from crashing out. And it was so painful because when they now left, I feel like the jurors, like 2 of the jurors also like noticed what happened, and they came back and they're like, present your work to us. And I was so pissed. I presented my work to them. And they said, and they're like, oh, that's a very like intelligent idea. I like how you implemented this. Okay. And they left. And walking up to this person's jury was one of the last. So I was still in class. So I came back, I came to watch the person's jury. And the glazing, they were glazing this person's work. I've never felt so jealous in my life. It was so painful. Because like everybody who saw my jury, they were just laughing. Like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? I was so pained. Like, I was happy for this person. Like, great. You get good grades for this project. But like, look, I was not like, should I not have helped this person? Because what the hell is this? It felt really painful to me. But it was funny to other people. And that's the only reason I can call it a funny experience, honestly.
Do you know what? I'm very happy that this happened to you. Because all those times I used to rant to you guys that they treat students differently, like just based on whether they like you from the first jury or not.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were pretending not to understand what I meant. But if they are expecting good from you, it would show in how they drew your work. Whether you design rubbish or not. And they did it a lot in part 2, part 3. For part 2, I was a recipient.
Right.
I would draw rubbish.
And you still get good.
And I would get good grades just because I did not even do anything particular. I just never got into trouble with the head of the studio team. So so when I saw it happen for myself, and when we got to part 3, I saw it happening for a lot of people too, where some people just get all the praise, all the good marks, no matter the effort that you put in. So I don't know. I like that thing you said about detaching. I was able to just detach quickly. Like I'm not going to let anything they say affect me.
Interesting experience.
So if this is your funniest experience, what would be your worst experience?
I mean, you can double for both my funniest and my worst. I don't think it is. My worst experience was the thing about my grade, that I had to now start going back to the lecturer, calling him every week and keeping up trying to just fix that. It was a lot of stress. I think it was around the time I was doing my CS. So like I'd literally be in the office working and I'd go outside and go and call him like every week, sometimes 2 times a week. We became friends at some point. Asking me how the family is doing. And I'm like, the family is good. How's your own family, sir?
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, just generally, when I came back to school, it was still like a lot of stress because I had to be going here, there.
Yeah, I think maybe it was stressful because they had submitted it at Senate already.
It did. I don't even think it was something I had to go to Senate.
So why was it stressful?
The lecturer. That was stressful.
Because I think it's something they can just easily change. Or maybe it had reached the HOD's desk.
Yes.
Maybe.
No, this is what happened. I'm trying not to go into too much detail because
don't go into details.
But the person could change it, but they couldn't at the same time. It was like a technical ability thing. Eventually, I had to find another lecturer who just helped me do it.
Oh, okay.
You get.
I get. Okay, so.
But what's the experience, right? In the department at the same time. What's the experience for me? This wasn't just department. School so far was losing my friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, losing Fortune, and that's like the. To be fair, it was like I can't even put into words what that period felt like for me. Now to put this in perspective, this person was one of my best friends. We've been friends since part 1, and he was also my roommate at the time. So it was a ridiculous experience, and everything that followed afterwards too was
that was part 4 now. Part 4 second semester.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Beginning of part 4 second semester. I don't even know how I finished that part 4 with everything.
Do you know? Do you get? No, you guys are very, very strong. I just used to look at you sometimes like, I hope you will not just fall down or something. One thing that I used to remember and feel guilty for laughing is when a lecturer is pulling their usual bullshit and you're just putting on that face of, can you be for real? Oh yeah, me and Julius were supervisors to one very special man that I don't know if I should name. Okay, I won't name him, but he's a very special man, a man that I respect. But that time was very, very, very stressful.
Yeah.
So when this esteemed man was putting Julius through so much stress, Julius would have this face that I would just glance and see this face. I would just pray in my heart that Julius should get through this, because he would be so done. Your face would just be like, bro, can we please just...
It was I didn't even know how to describe that experience. And the crazy thing is, one of the reasons why I was able to even get back into it was I had a conversation with a supervisor, and he called me and we spoke and we connected really like he actually spoke to me about his own personal experience and how something similar happened to him and how he sort of walked through it. And so I think it was a good thing. It's just what made me feel like that a lot of times was like, I mean, you've been through this, you understand. Like, how
like
can you
help
still?
me now.
Yeah,
Like why are you
exactly. Like, how
still
can you still? Well, like, I understand, Shai. You're just doing his job, man. You're just doing his job. But at the same time, I'm still really happy that like I got through all of that. But worst time for me was losing fashion, man. That was the absolute worst time for me in this entire school. Worst experience, in fact, not just this school. Worst experience I've experienced in my life. I do not recommend at all. I do not recommend. So that was that.
Funny enough, I thought about Samuel, like when I was about to start this but I did not know if it would be too sensitive to bring him up or too, will I say, out of bounds. But that's good. I think being able to talk about him would honor him.
Yeah,
Do you think he's someone that would have been on this pod?
definitely.
Do you know he was a very unserious person, like generally?
Yeah.
He would have just
The episode would have just been jokes between times.
like a very unserious person.
Yeah.
Okay, but now that we are in masters, what is your for anybody that is listening and wondering, the way OAU works is that you do Bachelor of Science for 4 years in architecture. Then it is optional to do NYSC. Then maybe do a different field if you don't want to practice architecture. But if you want to practice, you need to write a professional exam. And to write a professional exam, you need a master's degree.
Yeah.
So most people do, and OAU's master's degree is 2 years. So that's where we are at now, the final year of the master's. And the process is still long for people that want to maybe go into academia after.
Yeah.
Which is, that's something that me I'm considering personally. But that's a whole different process. So I want to know, which process are you going for after this MSc degree? Are you going for a PhD? Are you serving immediately? What's happening afterwards? Or you don't know yet? Anyone?
I don't know yet. I'm not exactly sure yet. I have a couple of ideas as to what exactly I want to do. They do not involve academia in any way.
Are you not the one that wanted to find Undi's love something?
That's a long time ago. We're no longer in Kansas, Alice. So it's like
Alice go Dorothy, bro.
oh my bags.
It's Dorothy.
I mean, you got the reference, so like
Oh yeah.
you got the reference, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I'm still interested in writing. I'm interested in researching, maybe publishing, but not in the context of academia, not anymore.
You can't do that without academia now.
I can.
You can't publish a paper if you are not a professor.
I can.
Or if you are not peer reviewed by professors.
I can.
Let's
But
see.
the thing is, like, it's not really academic papers, you know. So it's more, I don't know how to describe them right now.
How do you want to research if you are not
It's not going to be
academia?
research in the typical way that research is done in academia. But I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that is not the route I want to go. I think I have much higher tolerance for professional work, like construction and all of that. So the safe option for me essentially is after masters to serve and start doing my PPH professional exam afterwards, and become become registered. But an alternate universe or an alternate path is I could take a gap year after my master's and focus a bit more on some of the things that some of the personal projects that I have going on that I would love to explore with that time, and then serve the year after that.
Does
Or not
personal freelance work count as work experience?
I don't think it counts for the for art.
For the professional, is
Yes,
alright.
you have to work under a registered architect in Nigeria. Somebody who has been registered for at least 5 years, I think. So
Why is this taking as long as medicine? Is it not crazy to you?
I mean, it's an equally important profession, and we just don't rate it.
Is
in
it?
Nigeria. Yeah.
Is it like
is.
especially in this context, this
Yes.
Nigeria that we are in?
It's one of those professions that are just universally accepted. Like, there are skill sets that are transferable wherever you go. It's just understanding of context. If you go to America, you're just going to take the medical board examination, and if you can pass, you're able to practice. Same thing with architecture. So it's one of those things that they are universally accepted. Their importance is like it's recognized everywhere. You understand? So it's one of those things. I don't think it should be that long to become a registered architect. I don't think it should take that long, but it is what it is. So it's like you take what you're given essentially. And I find a lot of discourses on Twitter. People are talking about how there's a disconnect between students using software and all that. I find it very interesting. But that's a conversation for another day. I've already digressed.
Okay, CAD versus hand drawing.
Yes.
I saw the discourse too.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, those are the two possible paths right now. NYSC, professional work, or gap year NYSC, and everything else that I want to try within that 1 year.
To write the professional exam, you need like 3 years work experience. Is that no? I think that was is it 2 years or 3 years?
I think it's 2 years, and your NYSC year counts for tutelage if you do it in a firm.
Oh yeah, okay. That means it's 3 years old.
You have to
because
after NYSC.
I think most people count NYSC as a year. Because most architects would work it to a firm. So it will count as 1 year, then they would do extra 2 years. So I'm not really sure on the details.
I thought it was 2 years, so that's what I knew. So I would like confirm that. But that's what I plan to do. How about you? Academia?
Because I don't like stress. I know that academia is stress.
I was going to say you don't like stress.
I know that academia is stress, but it just seems more like my style. I know that Nigeria has a lot of wahala, especially with ASU and Konwa and with the way teachers are underappreciated and the way the federal government is just up on its behind these days. But it still feels stable to me. I don't know where that idea of lecturing being a stable profession, where that is implanted in my brain, but it just feels stable. And I've always pursued stability. I don't like freelance work. I've tried freelance. It was terrible. As I'm speaking to you, I have a Upwork account. I have Fiverr. And I have not opened it in like 3 years. Because when I first started, it just led nowhere, and it was not my speed at all. So, and like I said, I'm still more interested in writing and like creative writing, not poetry. My beef with poetry is still another topic for another day. But it's creative fiction writing and drawing and animating, like comic writing. That's where my passion lies. And I feel like, I know that lecturers are always busy, but I feel like I'd be able to do that on the side. What do you think is possible? Like as a junior lecturer, just imagine, I'm a junior lecturer teaching part 1. And on the side,
you're going to be doing all of this.
I'm this rogue. Oh, it's true. Okay, wait. Let's say I reach senior lecturer position. just humor me. I'm being delusional. Yeah,
Alright,
I'm a senior lecturer, and then I have one junior lecturer that I can punish with all my work. And by the side, I am still writing and drawing and, growing in the field. Or, because how do I want to do it if I'm in a firm? A junior architect in a firm? I've seen what used to happen to those people. I don't know if it's something that I can do multiple things alongside. So,
I think
I
it
don't
depends
know.
on where you work, sure. But at the same time, it's another thing of like, I think it's going to be difficult in any place you decide to work and still do something like that on the side. I think it would be easier for you to take some time, actually develop this skill in like animating, comic drawing, and all of that, and try to work in the field, right? And transition from doing that into like lecturing within that field. I'm sure in the next few years we're going to be having more animation courses open up in Nigeria. You get? I think it's
There are
easier for
some
you to do
open,
that.
but it's just they are seasonal. They don't
Yes,
last long. They are
exactly.
not. They don't
They're not
give
full degrees.
full. Yes, they are not full degrees.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think it will change in the future. It's like Nigeria is very utilitarian, and one thing that is starting to really boom now is like game development. And with the game development industry booming, essentially what that means is there's going to be need for character designers, animators, and all those things. Like
VFX artists.
exactly. For example, there's a studio here in Ife that they're currently working on. They're a startup. They're currently working on like a Yoruba a mythology based game. They are sponsored by Xbox. Yes.
That's
So
nice. So.
yes, so it's a rented out space where they usually come and work.
I
for
know the
everybody's
art
business.
community is
Yes.
big in Ife.
Yes.
Like I know that, but I
The art
don't know the game dev.
The game dev,
community
digital
was-
art, it's growing. It's actually big and it's growing. There are a lot of people in Ife, not even Nigeria, just in Ife, who work with a lot of big game companies outside of Nigeria too.
No,
And they
I
work
know we
remotely.
have remote
Yes.
work,
Yes.
but I've never been sure what field
Yeah.
dominates. Like I know people that do data analysis.
Yes.
I know plenty people that do
Front
virtual
end,
assistants.
virtual assistants, back end.
Yes, from in fact,
Front
do you
ends.
remember when everybody was a
Was it
UI
a
UX designer?
Yes, yes.
And there was a year to everybody was a graphics designer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need this opportunity to gloat about OAU graphics designers.
Right.
Do you know there was a point in part one that even the most random student that uses maybe Canva or CorelDRAW would design some like based on because of the exposure to great designs on all the billboards.
Yeah.
They would most likely put something together that is they are following all the principles of design, but they are not aware.
Yeah.
Versus, I will not name the school, but this was a renowned graphics designer from that school community, and I saw the person's design for like a party, and I was like, me self that I have terrible, I have terrible composition skills. I would never design this.
Yeah.
So it made me just respect OU designers more.
Yeah.
Like I had a roommate self that was in like a random faculty like admin, and she had a better eye for design. You would just if you just go to Canva and arrange something like, okay, let me just create a flyer for my hair vendor business, and it would you see top notch design. On my maintenance group, you just be seeing Ubunga design, be like, that's the end of my gloating about.
You should have shaded the school properly.
No, so that they not carry me to court. They will not ask me to show evidence. I don't have time for that.
So it's allegedly not.
That allegedly you got it. So that's what those are all your plans for after MSc.
I mean, I like to keep my plans close to my chest, so yeah, those are the things I really want to disclose.
Alright. Okay. What's your architectural hot take?
I don't know if this is an architectural hot take, but it's about Ife. We need less hostel owners and more hostels. It's like every other person and their brother is building a hostel in Ife. That's great and all, but it's because these people keep thinking that hostels are some sort of hidden key to unlocking generational wealth, and they'll build one shitty hostel with small spaces. As long as it's like remotely close to campus gates, they just slap like one random price on it, and then
No, you forgot to add the POP.
yes, add POP. I'll tell you that's why they are selling it for like
700K
700,000 per unit. One
per
tiny
annum.
room. Yes, one tiny room, and then you expect students to come and take it. And
Some
then,
will even add Paco and call it wardrobe, and then
Right.
they will not be like, they will list it as
one of
an
the perks.
amenity.
See, accommodation in Ife is the absolute
Bro, when I
best.
was house hunting
Right.
just this last semester.
We saw some of
Jesus.
these places together now. Remember that place we went to see in Odera?
Oh yes. Oh my god. I've really seen a lot.
Yes.
I saw all kinds of places. The bathroom is not in the room.
That's crazy. A friend of mine recently moved to a place here in Ife. He was looking for a two-bed, and the only decent place they could find was in Elewero for around, I think it was like 800 or 900. Something like that, Sha.
Why would
But this is the catch. The videos they sent to him, like I said, they're catfishing. These niggas were lying. And it was too good to be true. And we're talking about that he went to check out the place, and he realized the place was so isolated. It was alone, and the place didn't even looked decrepit, just horrible. And with the, I don't know if you call it disturbing security situation in certain places in Ife, you cannot go and stay in a place like that, especially somewhere so isolated. And they were telling him, oh, it's a good deal. If you see the video they sent to him, the entire place was new and everything. And they probably made that video when that building was new. And people have been living in that building for at least 4 or 5 years. And whoever moved out last just left that place in a horrible condition. And then they were still sending the videos from when they made it. Like when it was so bad.
Have you seen the agent videos where they will record quickly?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm not house
They don't even. It's not even like, okay, the one you are describing now is like basically fraud. Like they are selling something that is not true. This one is like they are self-aware that the place
bad.
is bad. So you see
Videos
the
just
camera is just blurry and fast. Like
like
there are so many videos I'll open. I'll be like, calm down, Alice. Let me see. Let me see what I'm looking at. They'll not be like DM for inspection.
Of course. So they can charge you for inspection fees.
So why send a video at
like,
all?
like,
Why send a video at all?
this is why I'm so grateful to God that I'm not house hunting. I have not been house hunting for a long time.
Don't try to.
Because-
This place that you have, just hold it tight
So,
till you leave, because
because like I just see things going around and I'm like, and every other person is increasing their rent every year. Who does that? Who does
it's
that?
It's general.
So
Even
like-
campus increased. I heard people are paying 70-something thousand
For hostel?
for stay on campus. So.
That's crazy. Was it like 3K when we came in?
Wow.
Wow.
70. Do you know when I thought I said 7? Me too, I'll drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 something, 50 something, 70 something thousand to live
that
on
condition.
campus.
Right.
So that's basically Aki hot take.
Yeah. We need less hostel owners and we need better
Hostel designs.
yes, better hostel designs, more intentional hostel designs, 1. 2, less hostel owners, so we can actually control the people that we have right now. Like if you are going to invest, there should be some sort of structure in place that can police what you do. So you can't just build rubbish and come and charge people generally. Like there should be
Like
conditions
building
on it.
codes.
Exactly,
and
we should
stuff.
have building codes for residential constructions,
I'm
especially
pretty
student
sure
residential.
they are, but it's not enforced. It's not enforced because even the people that are supposed to enforce it, they are also participating in the rubbish that is happening.
Yeah.
Because the solution to there's no space for hostels should be let's build more hostels on campus.
Yeah.
But you're now allowing members of staff allegedly members of your teaching staff plus private investors, random alleged members of the royal family to build random buildings and shacks off campus. So there are some places you need like 3 buses to get to.
Yeah.
So far away from if anything happens, I don't know how the school is supposed to protect you or claim you. You're just endangered.
And the school has a lot of land. I feel like if it was properly planned, the maintenance idea could have been a very wonderful idea. But it is what it is, man.
Oh, I think they are building something like that in New Market. Like a group of hostels.
It's already in use now, is it not?
Only like 2 hostels have opened there.
Yeah.
And the last one, okay, I think another one just opened for this session.
Yeah.
And they are building like 2 more. So we'll see how that goes, Sha.
Right.
But they are private.
Yeah.
And expensive. So it's not really solving the problem.
Yeah.
Because there are many poor students that don't have anywhere to stay. Now this is the part that I want to hear what you have to say. Do you have any grievance, complaints, or compliments about anyone in our class that you never had the opportunity to say? I don't give me something generic. I want something juicy and
there's nothing juicy
and scandalous.
Scandalous, care. You're not getting any scandalous things from me.
Oh yeah, let me hear what you have to say.
I can't think of anything pretty like that because I think I'm a pretty like a straightforward person. Like
even though you've said it to the person before, say it again now.
No. Well, I guess shout out to my guys. I appreciate you guys.
Oh my god. No.
Shout out to Teniola. Shout out to Femi. To Bolu. To Mofe. Shout out to PG the Engine. Shout out to Timothy. Shout out to Darko. You know what? Let's stop there. If I end up shouting out every single person in class. But yeah, shout out to my guys, man. That's the one. I mean, if you want me to say it, like, shout out to my guys.
No, this one is not shout outs.
What is it?
That you've never had the opportunity to say.
Generally, I have opportunities to say things, and I say them. Okay.
Any grievance? Is there anybody in class that you did not like?
Yes.
And they say it now.
I don't want to say it. I'm sure the person knows himself already. I'm sure you know the person. I just don't want to get into it.
Okay.
A lot of people share the sentiments.
Okay, any compliment for anybody that you've not complimented before?
Bellumi. Have I complimented?
That's a good idea.
But that goes without saying.
You are stating the obvious now.
Exactly. That's why I said it goes without saying now.
Bellumi is a fine girl now. Who does not know that one?
Exactly.
I want something that is like, okay, that nobody would have thought of before. Like, you say it and everybody go,
Sorry, I don't have anything else.
Oh my god, you are the worst.
I know.
You are literally the first guest, but you are the worst.
I hope for your sake that there are more things. People have more juicy things to say to you in the next episode.
Oh god. Anyway,
I don't.
Anyway, we've heard Julius's compliment or shout out to his guys, and Bellumi is a fine girl.
Indeed.
Which is something everybody knows, but okay.
Can never say it enough times.
Now we are nearing the end of this episode. We are going to give out 2 messages. One is to a student that is maybe she just wrote jam. He or she just wrote jam. They want to pick Akia, but they are still deciding. What is your advice to them? And they are also trying to decide if they should pick Ife or not. What's your advice to them?
First thing I would say is, if you are going to do architecture, pick Ife. If you're already learning architecture, just pick Ife. It's the best option for you. I'm not guaranteeing that you get the admission because Ife can be difficult to even get into in the first place. But if you want to go to architecture school where you meet people who are going places. I know this is not shade to any other school, but you meet people who from school, you can tell that this person is going somewhere. Like, I'm not talking just about just the department. I'm talking about the entire school,
The entire
the
school,
social
actually.
scene, everywhere. People, you meet people who
Like,
are
you can literally smell the success that is coming to that
exactly.
person.
Pick Ife. It is your best bet. Now about architecture. If you are unsure of whether or not you want to do architecture, I think you should do a bit more research into what architects actually do, right? Because I think everybody needs to find some sort of motivation really for when you get to architecture school. Architecture school is hard, and that's the fact. I'm sure you've googled most difficult courses and you see architecture somewhere in the top 3 or top 5, depending on who makes the list or where the list is like being posted. So architecture is hard, and I think everybody, my personal school of thought is that every human being is intelligent inherently, right? Even though we're all intelligent in different fields and different places, right? So every single person who gets into the uni is also a very intelligent person, right? But not every single person who gets into university, especially architecture school, finishes or finishes in the time that they expect to. So that's why I said the motivation is important. So you have to, even if you don't fully understand what it's about yet, do a bit more research, right? Look at the life you want to lead. Like, look at your life in a few years from now and see how much this can possibly do for you, how much this can possibly impact that life. See, like, dream, honestly, dream, because I,
Sure.
because I think that's when you would really be able to maximize your relationships and like even the time you have in Ife. So really dream, but have a clear understanding that what you're about to get into will be difficult, and prepare for it accordingly. If you go into all of this research and find out, okay, I think this is a little bit more than what I can handle right now, and the interest that I have don't really coincide with this thing in any way, it's just going to be in the way for me, I would advise that you try out something else. You understand? Like, try out some other things. If you don't have time, like, I know the advice is for somebody who is obviously about to do their jam, but I mean, right now they are taking in new intakes now, so you have a year. If you have about a year to make that decision and really come to terms with it, so just look into a couple of other things. University is hard, architecture is hard. Like, it's going to take a lot from you, and the way Nigeria is, I cannot negate that fact. You're going to be spending a lot of money. That's another thing about architecture school. You will spend a lot of money. You will spend a lot of time. You will
You will print
you will
paper.
print effort. You will spend money on your laptop.
You will buy
You will buy
pencils,
pens. You will spend money on things
eraser,
that most students.
and invest in a back brace so you will bend to draw.
Well, depending on the school you go to. But if you come to OAU, you will
But
draw
you
a
know,
paper
you draw in part 1, part 2, part 3.
with your hand. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So be prepared for all of these things, right? Be prepared for all of these things. If you know that it's going to take a lot more from you, and like, and it doesn't really align with most of the things that you're interested in, right? I'd advise that you find another field. That is just the simple fact, because architecture is already too much stress for you to come into it. And I mean, there are people who obviously came into it without any distinct and they adapted, and that could be a possibility for you.
Me.
Exactly. Yeah, case study. I adapted too, I can't lie to you. But the thing is, I would have done a lot better if I came into it an understanding of what it entailed. Do you understand? So do a bit more research into it. Beyond architects, design houses. Do a bit more research into it. The kinds of skill sets that are required for you to be a practicing architect. The kinds of books you might need to read, your outlook on life, like stuff like that really. Just do a bit of research into it. If it aligns with where you are, if you find yourself as a creative person, and you don't even have to be super creative to be an architect, honestly. You can be super technical and by the book and be an
Yeah,
excellent
and you
architect.
still succeed.
Exactly. So it's like architecture is that field that it's diverse enough for a wide variety of people to really be successful within it. But you have to be interested in what it has to offer. So if it's not what you see for yourself long term, I would say save yourself the stress, because the 4 years you're going to come and spend here, there will be difficult 4 years that you will hate, and they will not give you time to do anything else. Like, you will not be able to do anything else. Like, you might be able to, but you will squeeze it on the side. For example, with me now, I'm involved in a couple of other things like audio production, music production, and I can remember days when I literally would come back from studio tired from drawing from morning till night or being in class from morning till night, and I will still work from night till morning. And that was just because I enjoyed doing both things. So it's one of those things that if you are not really interested in it, like
Oh yes, you don't tell them they lose sleep.
you almost without saying you will lose sleep.
You won't sleep.
What do you mean sleep? What do you God, I beg. What do you mean sleep?
But me, I slept, sha.
You are an anomaly. You are an anomaly. I keep saying it's like you will skip almost all
But
your
generally,
you will lose
you are going to lose sleep.
You will lose sleep.
You will not sleep at all. Like there are permanent eye bags in. Do you know everybody in our class has eye bags? Like it's some maybe fresher than others.
Yes.
Everybody has eye bags.
Yeah. And I think like I mean this is a strength for me now. But when I was going through this fire, it did not feel like it. It still doesn't feel like it. I can't lie, but it's one of those things where if I have something to do, it's like my body turns off the ability to sleep till especially when there's a deadline till that thing is done. And it sounds cool to talk about, but to get to that point is not fun. I promise you. There were times when in part 2 when we were drawing and we had been drawing for 3 days, about 3 days straight. I think it was like Friday to Monday. We had a submission on Monday. And by Monday morning, me, Mufe, and Femi were drawing at the studio. And I'll usually be drawing with my eyes open and then I'll start sleeping and I'll keep drawing. I'll just start scribbling on the paper. And somebody will tap me. Wake up. Wake up. I'll clean the scribbled this on my sheet and I'll continue drawing. And same thing will happen to Mufe and I'll tap him. Bro, wake up. And the crazy thing about all of these things, they now postponed the jury that Monday after we had gone through that stress. I don't know if you remember it.
The only one that I remember they postponed was computer drone. Crutch.
Oh, not that one. No, there was one before then. That one was like, I think
is it the shapes on
was it the shapes? No, it wasn't the shapes. I think it was before
the hospital. Is it the hospital?
No, this one was when we had just come back. We just resumed after lockdown.
Is it a house?
Yeah, or something like that. I think it was a hostel.
No, hostel was the end of the year now.
No. Hostel wasn't end of the year. Hospital was end of the year.
It was hostel. Hostel was the last project we did before we left part 2 now.
No, that was hospital.
Oh God. If not for my terrible memory, I'll be able to stand on this thing. I remember that hostel
it's part 3 that
was
hostel,
the last one that she asked us to now compile everything.
No, I remember the hospital being the last project because I was sick for that project. That's why I remember it clearly.
How ironic.
Right? How ironic. I was sick. I was sick and I had to go meet her for like some extra time. I think she gave like an extra day or 2 or something to submit my work. So I remember it was hospital. But hostel was sometime in first semester.
It's
so
like
that project,
it's like designing a crèche and you find out you're pregnant.
Exactly. Yeah. But like that experience is something that really stuck with me. And yeah, if you are not, I mean everybody's not designed for it. I want to say everybody's designed for it, but like if you have I think a lot of people, it's possible for you to adapt to it. Some people it's easier, for other people it's much harder. Me, I adapted because I had freaking work machines as friends. Samuel and Bolu.
Having people that are dedicated to really motivate you.
Exactly. I had work machines. People who, if they stand to draw, they are going to be drawing for the next 3 days, and this is not an exaggeration. No distraction, nothing. They'll take a break, walk around, crack jokes, come back and continue drawing, and no energy wasted. So it's like at that point, I cannot afford to be lazy. I have to put in my own work too. So that one is associate yourself with the right people. That one is more for when you get into architecture school. But from the beginning, you have to sort of try to find your own motivation too, because they can only push you so much. Sometimes you look at their work and instead of being encouraged, you'll be discouraged. You're like, when will I ever be able to do something like this? So it's like, if you don't have your own sense of motivation, it will be difficult. So that's my advice. Very long. I don't know if you asked for short advice, but that was very long.
No, this should be okay to hold them. Okay, so now your second message is to your older self. to 40-year-old,
Julius.
50-year-old Julius listening back to this podcast.
Are you proud?
Oh God.
Are you proud of the man you've become?
Oh my God.
That's the first question. And then I think the other thing I have to say is like, you're here, aren't you? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. It's like, if I want to advise my older self, I'll just say things that from the understanding
You can't
of what
advise
I have.
your older
Exactly. It's like,
just leave a message, say something.
oh, life has been fun. I hope you're able to relate to that. Like when you hear this and say life has been fun too. Like even with everything that has happened. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
That's underwhelming.
What did you just say?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Something
Grandiose.
Yes, and cool and
Nah.
and like see you at the top or something. And cliche.
Oh my God. Can't be trying to score cool points with myself now. It's like it's myself in the future.
Right. So we have come to the end of this first episode. So do you have any other words for us?
Like subscribe.
Whatever
platform you're listening to this on, I guess. You might not hear a lot more from me. Maybe like a couple of other group conversations, but like
I have to bring you Femi and Mufe and you and your guys, Sha.
Yeah.
So that everybody will see what me I used to see when
See
all
the
of you
awesome-
are
awesome
fully
dynamic.
together. Which was sometime. Come and hear them bashing my music taste. But that's my own grievance, Sha.
Yes.
Let me not project.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Keep it to yourself.
Okay, so let's just sign out as this is the inaugural episode of this podcast. I'm really hoping all of our classmates would come on.
Yeah.
And I really want this to be fun and just a good chance to just connect. Like we never really had group cohesion as a class. We were fine.
Yeah.
A lot of us were cordial, but it was not. We did not have that tight
That
bond as a class, generally.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are like very cool.
Yeah.
Some of the coolest people that I know throughout the school, and I know people from different departments. So
Yeah.
I just want us to build that and just have something fun to do together.
Yeah.
So.
This is a wonderful idea, Bolo Atife.
Oh,
that was
nice.
Nonchalance now, Abby.
First time in a while because this guy will
what
not say.
I said that's a wonderful idea. That's literally
Oh
what I
please,
said
that's
the
not what I
first
said. You were just like okay. But it's nice to hear compliments. So, she gonna be doing this more often. I want to hear more compliments from you.
time. I do be complimenting you.
Let me not stress that. Okay, let's sign out, Joe. Okay. I have been your host, Afolabi Boluwatife Maika,
Right.
aka Dandymike.
Do I have to introduce myself again?
And he's our producer, Undie Julius Ashii. Check him out on Insta. I think you are streaming now, but you haven't streamed in a while. You're going to be doing big things. So, and he's a producer, full-time producer, not just for this podcast though. Makes music, makes really nice beats too. So everything on this podcast is going to be produced by him. So check him out, drop money, subscribe,
I like
like.
I like the drop money parts.
Peace out.
All right.
Bye.
All right.